Hey guys, welcome back and another video with Linksy. So today I'm gonna start doing the legendary battles one by one. I'm gonna do them and then record them, and you get to see the recording. And I'll just do some light commentary. I'll let most of it just be as cinematic as possible. Doing the legendary quest battles for Warhammer 2. And this, of course, includes also Warhammer 1 and all of the stuff. And I'm starting with the High Elves because that was the first one on the list. So I'll just let Tyrion introduce himself.
Your fights Assur within sight of the White Tower. Belcorhadris would surely weep, as I will for the dead that I slay this day. But make no mistake, I will reap a toll, for my honor has been called into question. The offense must be sated, and only then shall I... Beware, enemy missiles!
Okay. And all of a sudden the speech ends. So this is a legendary campaign with the High Elves. We're fighting against another army of High Elves. So we're fighting against spearmen, basic archers, a eagle bolt thrower, and they have a prince. Yes, they have a prince. So this is their primary army, and more will come faster from there. So I'm trying to reorganize my troops and start moving forward. I have some silver helms, if I remember right. Yes, some Illyrian reavers and some silver helms at some point. Yeah, there they are. I'm putting them in the forest to try and flank him. The idea is I need to take out his archers and his bolt thrower before they fight me. This is on legendary difficulty, meaning it's brutal. On this side, I put my White Lines of Trace. Now, they're not a very good unit per se, they're a mid-tier unit, but they're good to just basically shoot through the spearmen, so just leave them there. On this side, I use the spearmen I set up because I know from in here they're gonna come out with a number of very, very strong units. So they're gonna have Lore Masters of Hoeth, they're gonna have the where are they? Are they in... So a Lore Master of Hoeth, and these are the Sword Masters. These guys are just the elite units of the High Elves, and they will easily take all of this on their own. I set up a line, and then I put all of my archers. So I have archers with light armor, normal archers, and I think I have a where are they? Lothrian Seaguard. These are good, very fantastic unit. They have a decent melee attack, and they have decent attack in general. So moving forward, my Eagle Bolt Thrower is firing at him. I use Tyrion as basically to soak up all of the damage from his Eagle Bolt claw, but now he starts to firing at my White Lines of Trace, which is good because they are in open formation, so the damage is much less on that side of the battle. On their side, we're just bombarding, we're trying to reduce their units as much as possible. At this point, I start marching forward to my silver helms. I know that these guys have no chance, he cannot see my silver helms. And over on this side, I'm moving forward to my archers to try and start dealing as much damage as I can. Like, I'm focus firing these guys, but he's taking, of course, we're still in wild form, which gives you more armor, which automatically, in fact, I changed target almost instantly. Yeah, I'm trying to whittle them down, do as much damage. Here I use Tyrion to just start charging units. Tyrion is a monster, I mean, look at him. Flaming arrows everywhere, but he doesn't care. Look at the arrows sticking out of every part of his body. He just doesn't care. This poor... this poor spearman's out of formation is like, no, I don't want to fight against Tyrion. Meanwhile, the prince up here, he is marching forward and trying to get to my Eagle Bolt Thrower, but I have charged on this side with my entirety of my cavalry, trying to break the Eagle Bolt Claw as fast as possible. Now, cavalry in Warhammer 2 is not the best thing. It's good to chase around units, it's decent against AI. I mean, it's good if you're Britannia, but even then, you need to get really high-tiered cavalry to be able to do anything. The key lies in archers. When you have firepower, you can do anything. In fact, I'm moving my archers to the side. I'm gonna start firing a bit at his Swordmasters of Hoeth, which are fantastic infantry, and look at them. They're just brilliant, and they would have easily just ripped through all of my units with no issue whatsoever. I mean, look at them. swords as big as their bodies, and they're just cleaving through with their claymores. But over here, they're opening themselves up to fire from the side. I will soon turn with these archers. I'll start ping-ponging them around. The battle seems to be going well, but keep in mind he has spearmen over here engaging with my lines, and he has 3 units of like Swordmasters of Hoeth. They're not very easy to deal with, and I was like panicked. I was like, I lost this, I'll have to restart it. Tyrion is trying to kill his prince to try to reduce his morale. My Illyrian Reavers and Silverharms are charging in the back of his troops, trying to do whatever damage they can. They're shock cavalry, so, you know, try to use them as fast as possible, but it's not always possible per se. My archers, unfortunately, barely used any of their ammo, being chewed up by the Swordmasters of Hoeth, and his prince is just going around terrorizing my army. My spearmen, I mean, they did a good job. They started holding, but as you can see, they're collapsing and they're breaking away. I mean, this guy is just dead. On his end, he's just flowing around, trying to catch my archers, which are breaking, and I'm, you know, positioning them as best as I can. The Swordmasters of Hoeth take an insane amount of damage, but this is the way I could deal with it. Yeah. So without that, I don't think there's much more tactics now, apart from panicked reforming, repositioning the troops, trying to get fight in their backsides, and just do as much damage as possible. Trying to keep my units from completely routing, positioning what little I have left. Yeah, he still had archers that came back here. It's, you know, it's what it is. But my Eagle Pole Thrower was able to come back and do some damage to him. Yeah, at this point it's just repositioning basically and trying to get my troops to come back when they break. Like this unit over here. It did a lot of damage. I believe it got quite a few kills considering how limited my army was. But at the same time, it's managing to get quite slaughtered by barely engaging. Usually these guys get something like... no, not yet. What am I doing? No. Trying to learn the shortcuts. So these Swordmasters of Hoeth, only 15, I wonder why. Yeah, sometimes they get a few hundred kills, sometimes they break instantly. At the same time, I'm realizing finally starting to break in. His elite infantry over here broke. His center body is just a mishmash. His white lines of trace are just fighting against the Lore Master and the Sword of Prince. And they are struggling. They're very tired, they're losing slightly. And even though they're killing a lot, they're not managing. Tyrion manages to kill the first Lord, but he's very tired. So even if I send him to fight, he's not going to do much. Exhaustion in this game is a big thing. Like, yeah. At this point, his army is pretty much shattered. It's just cleaning up. I think at some point I turned around my Eagle Portico. I should have done it earlier instead of kept firing at the shattered archers and aimed at this blob over here and tried to do as much as possible. See what I mean? If you fire archers in the backs, anything will die in this game. This was a misfire. I ended up killing most of my units. They get slaughtered by these two high elves. But then Tyrion comes, and Tyrion does not play around. I mean, when you see the damage he'll do, he'll massacre them. Even though he's completely exhausted. I mean, look at him. Look at him with his flaming sword of ruin. You only have the Widowmaker when you're fighting against him, fighting against this group. The Widowmaker, the Sword of Cain, who just does wonders. And over here, he's pretty much wrapped up. Just my units running away, my knights just, my cavalry just wiping the floor with the rest of him. I'm saying knights, I've been playing too much Bretonnia recently, and I think, yes, he's shattered. Look at that guy, he just got swiped and a quarter of his health went away. But yeah, I think this was pretty much it in this case. The victory is mine, his units are completely shattered, and it's GG. So yes, this is the first quest battle. It's played on legendary difficulty. I hope you liked it. It was fun. Let's see how our units did. It's short and sweet video. We did lose quite a bit of troops. Yes, I mean, it's expected. This was not a very well optimized army. I mean, the Silverharms did really well. The Eagle Portico, of course, did really well. The archers didn't do as well as I hoped, but then again, they were firing at very high value targets. I mean, Swordmasters of Hoeth, of course, I mean, when they're going against this infantry, they're gonna get better kills and they're gonna do better. Whereas the White Lines of Trace, they shoot through the spearmen because that's what they do. They're slightly better units. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you next time. I'm gonna try and do a series of this. Tell me what you think, and yeah, enjoy your day. Ta-ta.